video, we're going to talk about testing color fastness. And color fastness isn't all that important if you're knitting something in a solid color. I have washed thousands of knitted items, and I've never had it be the case that the color has run so much that I was no longer happy with the color of the finished item. Like something was blue and a lot of blue dye ran in the sink when it was wet, but then the actual finished garment looked like a different color of blue when it was finished. So you don't really have to worry about that when it's a solid color, but the times you do have to worry about it is when you're knitting something in stripes. And I have these little bits of yarn in really different colors, a very dark color and a very light color that I'm going to show you how to test it out. The unfortunate thing is the more beautiful and handcrafted the yarn that you're using, the more likely it is the colors are going to run. And this is just my experience, but if you buy an inexpensive acrylic yarn, that color is probably not going anywhere. But if you dye if you buy the hand-dyed beautiful silk yarn from this one-of-a-kind whatever, chances are that's going to run. That has more of a chance of running than anything else. And then if you're knitting it in stripes, you have to be very careful. I've also found that red yarns are more likely to run than anything else. And someone who actually dyes yarn can step in and tell me why that is. It might be something unique with the red yarns. So my trick for this is to put the yarns through the toughest obstacle course possible. To see if it's going to run, and then to set the colors if it's going to. So I have 3 glasses, and this works best if you have 3 clear glasses so that you can see through. In this first one, I have very hot water from the tap, like as hot as it comes from the tap, but it doesn't have to come from a tea kettle or anything, just very hot water. In the second one, I have cold water and white vinegar, just cheap white vinegar. And in the third one, I have just warm water, room temperature water, and some wool soap. And so this first one with the super hot water is going to be really the toughest obstacle course. So I take my little bits of yarn and I'm going to put them in there together, because if the red runs, that can be a problem. But if the cream color actually picks up that dye, that's more of a problem. So, but I would never actually do this with my finished knits, but we're going to see what happens. So that's in the super hot water. And then this one is the cold water and the vinegar. And if there is a problem with the colors running, the vinegar is going to help set it. So I'll put these in here. These shouldn't run in here, but we're just going to make sure, because I don't want to knit this whole thing in stripes and then have it be a problem. And then this is really a gentle thing for it. This is going into room temperature water with a little bit of no rinse wool soap. And you can let these set. I usually let them set for quite a while. I mean, I'm usually not in a hurry at this point. I let them set. And this will tell me how this yarn's going to behave. There's a very good chance that the colors are going to run in this super hot water. And if that's the case, then I need to look at the next one. If the colors do not run in the vinegar and the cold water, then I know that this is a problem, but it can be fixed. And if the colors don't run in the wool soap and the warm water, then I'm doubly sure that it's going to be okay. Now, the fact of the matter is, even if the colors don't run in this, well, in any of them, the colors don't run at all, if I'm knitting in stripes with contrasting colors, like something like this in different colors, I would still fill the sink with cold water and put in maybe 2 cups of cheap white vinegar. If you look at actual yarn dyeing websites, they might say, I don't know, I'm just making this up, they might say ½ cup of white vinegar. White vinegar is cheap and you can't over vinegar it, so just put a whole bunch in there to be sure. More is better. Just keep dumping the white vinegar in. So regardless if it runs or not, I'm always going to give it a vinegar bath and then let it soak for a ½ hour or so and rinse that out, and then use a beautiful soap, and that will get the rest of the pickle smell away. So as far as we're going here, in the super hot water, nothing seems to be bleeding. I would, the best way to do this is to put it on a white background, and then I would really be able to see if there was any color running. This one, of course, is not, and this is my safety test, and this one is also looking pretty good with no running. But there we go. That's the way to be sure before you start knitting in stripes, to make sure your colors aren't running or to set it if they are. Good luck.